everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. But it's whatever Wednesday. All right, Ben. It's a whatever Wednesday, but you're going to be gone, and so we're going to do a pre-recorded video, which we used to do in the before time.
Yeah, no live stream, but we do have, bam, Old Elk, Purple People Weeders. This is the Wright County Whiskey Club Private Barrel. All right, so this one for a Whatever Wednesday, we want to do this as a Whatever Wednesday because, while it is a bourbon, it's a limited one because it's a private barrel,
It's a
but
pick for local whiskey club.
there are plenty of places where other people can get private barrels of Old Elk. So in the sense that this is a specific barrel only people around here can get, other people can get single barrels of this.
Yeah,
this
totally.
one is aged 7 years. It is 116.7 proof. If you look on the side, it's got the Scold Elk, that's a Minnesota Vikings reference, and the Purple People Weeders
Also
is a Minnesota Vikings reference to the Purple People Eaters.
Thank you for explaining that.
Well, a lot of people that are watching this don't live in Minnesota and have no idea what that is.
That could be.
It's our defensive line back in the 70s.
Ah.
So Old Elk, weeded bourbon, hence the name.
Old Elk is in Colorado. And they were sourcing their whiskey from MGP in Indiana. However, this one says bottled by Old Elk Distillery, Fort Collins, Colorado, distilled in Indiana.
Okay, so this is still MGP
This
juice.
is still coming from the great folks at the MGP.
Mash bill, 51% corn, 45% wheat, 4% malted barley. All right, so this is a strong weeder. This is bordering on wheat whiskey territory.
Yep.
So let's get into the nose here.
Mild chance we get the pink bubblegum note.
Yeah.
It's
not
rich.
really getting the pink bubblegum
No,
though,
I'm not.
actually.
Yeah, it's got a nice
Maybe a little bit. There's some sort of like
caramely?
there's all that going on.
Yeah.
There's like those standard weeder notes, which are really, really nice.
yeah, maybe.
It's really sweet. I'm not getting quite as much of the wheat grain forward.
Sure.
But that might show
Kind
up on
of
the palate.
bready, baking spice kind of.
Yeah, but boy, just a really like nice kind of rounded out.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic bourbon nose. All right, should we go in for it here?
I'm going for it.
Cheers. I'll cut that out. Okay, back in from the technical difficulties.
Technical. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
The camera fell off the stand.
Yeah,
Luckily,
we're-
it wasn't this camera. It was the.
Yeah, we're experimenting with a new camera over here, so it crashed and burned. I'm going for it. Cheers.
That may actually be really cool in 3D.
It might, yeah. This has a fantastic, just well-rounded, like I was saying with the nose. It's really balanced.
It has an aggressiveness in a really good way, though. Like, there's right in the middle the flavor profile. Like, you have the start, you have the mid, and the finish. Right in the middle, it's really aggressive with nice, rich sugars.
This is full of like baked goods, like when you're baking cookies and you get the brown sugar and the vanilla extract and the, just everything, all of that stuff, and the melted butter.
Almost
oatmeal-y.
oatmeal cookie kind of.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that. Maybe that's just the kind of bready note coming through.
Yep. So Old Elk, they make regular bourbon. They make a wheated bourbon, which this is one.
I thought all of theirs was wheated.
No, they have some regular ones as well.
Do they really? Okay.
Yep,
I didn't know that.
from MGP. But then they also make a wheated whiskey, which is 100% wheated whiskey. None of the corn, none of the
Really?
Malted barley.
I'd like to get a hold of some of that.
Yep.
This is fantastic.
It is excellent.
This is another great pick from the Wright County Whiskey Club. Haven't had a bad one yet.
Well, there's time. There's another one coming.
Well, I am highly confident it's going to be excellent because we got a great track record going here.
Yep.
So yeah, this has all of those like candied sweetness, but not like candy and like a fruit candy. Sometimes you get fruit flavors, but they're like the candy version, like banana runts or like cherry hard candies. But this has all just like those caramels and sugars and brown sugars, like I said, melted butter, vanilla, like. This is just like a dessert in a glass.
Yeah,
to me.
It really is. But it's also not too sweet. Like, it's very sweet, but not too sweet. And we've had those that are like almost like you're glad you had a glass of it, but you don't want another one. I think this one I really like.
I definitely want another one of these for sure.
This is awesome.
I could sit and drink this all night. The other thing is that, what is it, 116 proof?
Oh, well, there's that.
Man, that drink's pretty easy.
Yeah, you don't notice the proof point. I mean, there's a little bit of burner, but you don't notice it, I don't think.
This is one of those ones where I think we've talked about where you get the higher proof, but if you can get one where in the race of alcohol content versus flavor being watered down, the flavors win out on this one versus the alcohol punch.
Yep.
And that is fantastic. Whenever you can get that in a cask strength bourbon or any kind of whiskey for that matter, that's really what you're looking for in a high proof one. And this one absolutely nails that.
Yep. Good density, viscosity.
Yeah. So if you're in Minnesota, I'm sure there's probably some of these left. What was it, about $80? Because you bought a bottle of this one. I didn't get one.
Yeah.
I completely forgot to get back to Tim when he messaged me on Facebook, so sorry about that, Tim. But I still might have to pick one of these up for sure. So if you live in Minnesota, if you're around here, if you're willing to make the drive, we'll try to put some info maybe in the information down below as to where you can get one of these, or if you just put a comment in the video if you're interested and ask about it, I'll find out and then I'll comment back to you and let you know.
And even if this one's not available any longer, I know that there's like 2 new Penelopes that they're doing picks on. And also
some of that Stellum is still left over. Tim's got a few bottles of those, so
maybe like a Knob Creek maybe coming up. Anyway.
Well, they had the recent Knob Creek, so they might have some of those left.
There's something else coming up.
So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, just put a message in the comments. And then I'll get back to you and I'll find out what we can find for you. All right, well, this has been Old Elk, Purple People Weeders, Scold Elk on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.